With Valorant's patch 11.08, the entire cast received loads of nerfs with the express purpose of reducing the amount of utility in the game. Because, let's be honest, it may have been a little excessive at times.
Bro. Look at this shit. Tell me right now. Look at this. What do you do?
Stuns were decreased in length, all refreshable utility got longer cooldowns, and Sentinel util became far less oppressive. Every class was greatly affected, except for the duelists. Well, 2025 already saw a transition towards double duelists with DRX's Waylay Yoru,
the knife. But there are two here, and they know exactly where they are. Women behind enemy lines. TP's back away. And Flashback once again, nipping at his heels, looking at
DRX's Razor,
Everyone. Hit Albert has come through in play. The Divine swinging out on the timing as that revealed, but cannot find the kill, but Jing has arrived.
and T1's whichever duelist they felt like.
Relay Bolt trying to distinction, has a shot, overdone pop flies, is absolutely massacring them.
Seriously, Jet Reyna? 2026 saw double duelists in full swing, with teams largely adopting Yoru, Neon, and Waylay during Kickoff and Master Santiago, while Jet, Raze, and Phoenix became far more common during Stage 1 and Masters London. This shift in the meta, while to some was terrible, others actually kind of enjoyed it.
Was Masters London, or like our current meta you might say, in your opinion, is it a healthy meta?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's fairly healthy, yeah.
To me, however, this meta helped reveal something that I thought has been true for a long time, that at the highest level of competitive play, individuals actually matter more than team play. Wait. Hold on. Isn't competitive VCT Valorant all about how well a team can work together? Set execs, traits, drill team play scenarios. How can how well someone pressed left click be more important than that? Well, the truth is, for the most part, it actually isn't. Rather, I think VCT teams sort of lie on a spectrum where the worst teams rely a lot on individuals to win them rounds. Somewhere in the middle, teams are pretty good at team play, but ultimately lose that individuality that teams at the top have. Think of the Paper Rexes of the world, a team that admittedly failed a lot of rounds due to dumb decisions.
Positioning now, he's sticking.
We just lost the 2v5.
But also a team that wins rounds purely off of individuals.
Damage going. It's gotta be an ace, and if anyone could do it, it would be this man. But with 20 HP, and now a little lower than before, it's gonna have to be up.
Surely they're gonna trust them.
And look at their success. With the double duelist meta and less util overall, players have more opportunities to display their individual ability, and as such, it became so much more clear to me after watching both London and Santiago that having individuals matters. And today, I will be proving that you need that individuality to win championships through looking at both Nongshim and Leviathan. The first stat I want to look at is the average highest KPR of a team, which essentially finds the average kills per round of a team's top frag, where the higher the number, the better. Nongshim stands at 1.05 KPR, which puts them first for all of Santiago. Similarly, Lev has a 1.04 KPR at London, making them first for their event as well. When a team's highest fragger averages more than a kill per round, it means that guy is frying, winning hero rounds and thus winning you games. Beyond that, you can look at the average amount of people on a team fragging at a certain KPR, where the more guys you have meeting the quota, the better. As you can see from this graph, Nongshim had 2.7 players above 0.7 KPR. In comparison, the average of all other teams was 2.04. This idea that Nongshim constantly had more people fragging out heavy to secure games is furthermore shown when you set the filter to 0.9 KPR. Nongshim had 1.2 players a game meeting this metric, meaning on average, every game had a little more than one Nongshim player going nuclear. And the crazy part is, almost every player had a game like this, compared to a team like Mates, where they only ever had one player above 0.9 KPR, being Martine. This trend is also clear with Lev, the champions of London, where they had on average 2.74 players above 0.7 KPR, compared to the 2.1 players for the event average. And for 0.9 KPR, Lev are actually only in a close third at 1.26 players, compared to Paper Rex and Vitality's 1.31 and 1.29 players respectively. Two teams that also had incredible amounts of success at the tournament. And all this makes sense, right? If you have more players that can consistently frag to a point of carrying maps, the more winning you will do. When you compare mates to a team like Lev, this distinction is clear. For mates, Martine was dropping absurd numbers to win almost every match, whereas a team like Lev had 5 guys who could drop Martine-like numbers. And because of that, there were always either 2, 3, or even 4 guys absolutely frying every map, which was enough to win them a title. Why have one Martine when you could have 5, right? Hence the success of Paper Rex, Leviathan and Nongshim, which are teams of 4 if not 5 players with the capability to take over. I mean, just look at these ridiculous stat lines by each and every player on these teams. However, what's a little less obvious is the importance of clutches and multi-kills coming off the back of individual brilliance. Multi-kills, while not always, often come in crucial hero plays to secure rounds, and even when they don't, the player and the team start feeling the game a lot more after a pop-off round. Just look at the run EDG went on after that incredible Kong Kong ace. And wouldn't you know it, when you check the average amount of multi-kills a team gets weighted for 3Ks, 4Ks, and 5Ks, the teams who win tournaments come out on top. Nongshim and Paper Rex sit pretty with 3.9 and 3.85 at Santiago, compared to the average of 2.8, and then Lev and Paper Rex again at 3.88 and 3.75 at London, where there was an average of 3.04 weighted multi-kills per map. Clutches, if anything, are even more impactful than multi-kills. These are the rounds teams grind out and win in sometimes impossible scenarios.
It does get peak as it comes in, running the clock ever lower, bringing it to a 1v1. Yumpy, so close to the ace.
Plus, it leaves their opponents tilted and in their own heads about the game. But oftentimes, the best of the best teams don't need to rely on clutches for games that are easier, and as such, these stats will only include the games at a top 4 weekend. Nonetheless, Nongshim stands out with 1.6 clutches per map, only behind G2 at 1.67, whereas Lev is also second at 1.5, which is only behind EDG's ludicrous 3.17 clutches per map, which, for the observant viewer, explains how EDG's earlier KPR stats were so low, yet they were still able to finish third at London, because these guys were clutching a lot. Like, a lot. I mean, bro, half of the rounds they won against Paper Rex on Breeze were clutches. Alas, team play is certainly important. After all, it's what gets these teams to the internationals. But what truly separates the good from the great is the ability for players to find their form and absolutely ball out at these events. And the more players you have with that capability, the more likely you'll have enough players fragging out to win the event. In the 4 matches Nongshim played at Santiago, they had 4 different guys top fragging. That's crazy. And even when it wasn't their turn to be the star, every other player was still contributing and frying. And it's the exact same story with Lev. Except since they were able to play more matches, all 5 of them were able to have the highest VLR rating at a match. So, for teams going forward, get the most crackhead young aimers who can take over games, and put them on a team with an experienced shooter IGL, and reap the rewards, I guess, right? That's how Lev and Nongshim won at least. But truthfully, with meta changes maybe moving away from double duelists, this sentiment that individuals win you trophies may become less obvious. But trust me, it will still be true whenever the champs winner is declared. I've been Val, and thank you for watching till the end. Also, this is my first video, so any and all support would be greatly appreciated. Thank you.